بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, my students? I hope that you're happy and healthy and ready for today's lesson, which is the third part of the enrichment, which is the listen and discuss of Unit 4, of course. Today's objectives to identify the meaning of moral and ethical, identify the meaning of dilemma, what to do in moral dilemmas, answer questions about the text. One of your friends asked you to do a report, to read a report he wrote for a science class. You read it and then you realize that he copied it directly from a website. What would you do? Do you blow the whistle on him that he copied, used plagiarism, or do you, what to do? Now you know that your friend cheated in his work. So this is, here is a dilemma. So what do you think the words moral and ethical mean? Have you ever been tempted to do something that wasn't right? Explain. Do you think in every situation there's always a clear right or wrong thing to do? Of course, you can discuss these questions among each other, you and your colleague. The word dilemma, do you know the meaning of the word dilemma? Just like the one that I just told you, when you figure out that your friend cheated in his homework, he copied it from a website. So, dilemma is a situation in which a difficult choice has to be made between two or more alternatives, especially ones that are equally undesirable. So when you are in a situation and each option to answer this situation is undesirable, you don't know what to do. So this is a dilemma. Moral and the words moral and ethical, they are words that relate to the ideas of right and wrong behavior. So they are related to our behavior, right and wrong. Actions that are good or right are called moral or ethical. So right actions are good actions called moral or ethical. Bad actions might be called immoral or unethical. For example, cheating in an exam is immoral or unethical. So this is the meaning of immoral or unethical. So here we have 4 dilemmas. Let's listen to them. Then we will be asking some questions about them. And then we'll be discussing them later. 4 dilemmas. Let's listen to them. Then we will be answering some questions about them. Maybe even discuss them. So let's listen.
Dilemma number 1. Russ is at the airport to catch a flight. He is on his way to his brother's wedding. His flight is about to leave. As he runs through the terminal to his departure gate, an elderly man suddenly slips and falls in front of him. The man cries out in pain. Russ knows that if he stopped to help the man, he would miss his flight. If he missed his flight, he would miss his brother's wedding. Russ runs past the man as if he hadn't seen him. Would you have done what Russ did?
So if you were in Russ's place, you're running to catch your plane to get to an important event, for example, his brother's wedding, and you see an old man falling on the floor, maybe he tripped on something. What do? Do you help the old man knowing that you might miss your flight, or just ignore the man and don't help him to catch your flight? So what is wrong? What is the right action to do, and what's the wrong action to do here? What's right or wrong here? So this is the dilemma, that you don't know what is the correct attitude, what is the correct course of action to do here. So of course Russ didn't help the man. He ignored him and went to catch his plane. And I think most of us would do, because I would not miss my flight just to help the old man who tripped and then fell on the floor. Maybe I'll call someone to help him, then go to my flight. Let's see the second dilemma here.
Dilemma number 2. Mike is taking an extremely important history test. The test will determine whether he passes the class. Mike has been studying for the test day and night. He feels well prepared, but when the test is in front of him, Mike's mind goes blank. He can't remember anything. It is as if he had never studied. Sam is the best student in the class and is sitting right next to Mike. Sam's paper is close enough for Mike to see the answers. The teacher is not paying attention. Mike knows that if he copied Sam's answers, the teacher wouldn't see. What would you do if you were Mike? Dilemma number 3. A ship strikes an iceberg and 10 passengers crowd into a lifeboat that is only intended to hold 9. The lifeboat slowly starts to sink because of the extra weight. If it does, all 10 passengers will die in the freezing water. The captain considers his choices and decides to force the weakest individual out of the lifeboat. He reasons that if he did nothing, everyone would drown. This way only one person drowns, and this person would have drowned anyway. Others on the lifeboat feel that this choice is morally wrong. They say that if he did nothing, then even if none of them survived, at least no one would be responsible for anyone's death. If you were the captain, what would you do? Dilemma number 4. Mariana has struggled in science class for years. This year, to help motivate her, Mariana's parents have told her that if she receives a B on her report card, they will help her buy a cell phone. But Mariana has done poorly in the class and knows that her final grade will be a D. The day her report card is due to arrive in the mail, Mariana arrives home from school and is greeted by her parents with hugs and smiles. She takes a look at the report card and sees that her grade in science is an A. Clearly this is a mistake, but Mariana can get away with it if she doesn't say anything. The cell phone is only part of the reason that she's tempted not to say anything. She also dreads the idea of seeing the pride on her parents' faces vanish. What would you do if you were Mariana?
So what would you do if you were Mariana? Would you tell your parents the truth, knowing that they are happy, they're celebrating your grade? They even gave her a phone as a gift or a present because she achieved a high mark. Or would you tell the truth and disappoint your parents and maybe not even receiving a gift? So this here is a dilemma for Mariana, of course. Here are some Arabic, some proverbs. All sunshine makes the desert, or another proverb, ask the experienced rather than the learned. This is really good. Ask the experienced, people who went through things, who experienced things, rather than the ones who just learned about them in books. Continuing here with the vocabulary practice, find words in the situations with the following meanings. So, in situation 1, the main building at an airport. What do we call the main building at an airport? Very good, we call it a terminal. Number 3, situation 3, a large block of frozen water floating in the ocean. What do we call it? Yes, an iceberg. To go down underwater, what do we say? Yes, to sink. To die underwater because of being unable to breathe. When you're unable to breathe and you're dying, what do we call it? Yes, we call it drowning. In situation 4, to try hard to do something that is very difficult. When something is very difficult and you're trying hard to do it. So we call it struggle. When you say I'm struggling, it means you are trying to do something that is very difficult. The quick check here for the vocabulary: complete each sentence with one of these words. We have dread, morally, motivate, responsible, tempted, and vanish. Number 1, who is for cleaning this mess? So, who is for cleaning up this mess? So, the answer is yes. Who is responsible? Who is responsible for cleaning up this mess? Number 2, my mother's cookies always moments after she takes them out of the oven. So, They are very delicious. So, do they stay or people eat them? So, my mother's cookies always vanish. Vanish means that people come and eat them. They don't vanish the literal meaning. No, vanish, it means people come and eat the cookies moments after she takes them out of the oven. The beautiful weather helped me to go outside to get some exercise. So, helped, yes, motivate me to go outside. So, it pushed me to go outside and get some exercise. Number 4, people should feel that it's wrong to buy stolen goods. People should feel that it's wrong to buy stolen goods. So what do we say here? Yes, morally wrong to buy stolen goods. Number 5, I taking final exams next week. So final exams are next week. You're a little bit nervous and afraid. So what do we say? Yes, I dread taking final exams next week. Number 6, I was to watch the film on TV, but I made myself study instead. So, I was tempted. Tempted is to do something undesirable. I was tempted to watch the film on TV, but instead I went studying. Number B here, exercise B, comprehension. Answer the questions. Why is Russ at the airport? Remember the first incident? Russ, who saw the old man through the terminal and rushed to the plane. Why was he at the airport in the first place? Why was Russ at the airport, specifically at the terminal, of course? So, we say here, why is Russ at the airport? He's flying to his brother's wedding, which is the dilemma, of course. Was he going to help the man, the old man, or catch the plane to go to his brother's wedding? Number 2, what does Russ decide to do? So at the end, what did Russ do? Did he help the old man, or did he run to the plane and to catch the plane and go to his brother's wedding, and ignoring the old man, of course? Or did he help the man and missed his flight? So what did he do? So let's see the correct answer here together. He does not help the man, but hurries to catch his flight. So he didn't help the man. He ignored him and went and rushed to the plane. Of course, he didn't. It's not up to him. He didn't want to not help the old man. He wanted to help him, but because that he know that he might miss his flight, missing his brother's wedding, that's why he chose to go to the plane instead of helping the old man. Number 3, what is Mike considering doing and why? Number 3, what is Mike considering doing and why in the exam? So, he's considering cheating on his test because he can't remember the answer. So, he is considering cheating on the test, even though it's immoral and unethical to cheat. Why? Because he can't remember the answer. He was so confused. That's why he chose to cheat. What is the problem on the lifeboat with the captain? What's the problem? There's only enough space for 9 passengers. So there's not enough space for all the passengers, just for 9. So this is a really huge dilemma here. Number 5, why is Mariana tempted to not tell the truth about her science grade? Why is she tempted, Mariana, to not tell, to lie to her parents about her science grade? Why was she tempted? The 4th dilemma, if you remember. Yes, let's check the correct answer here. Because then she will be able to buy a cell phone and her parents will be proud of her. Because she saw her parents are very happy with the grade, and also they're considering getting her a cell phone. That's why she chose to keep quiet and not tell them. And with that, we reach the end of this lesson. See you next lesson, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.